Hey guys, it's Marilyn. Welcome to another reading. This will be a full moon energy checking, sort of, kind of. We will be doing 3 cards for you for what is manifesting currently with this full moon, because this full moon feels pretty powerful. I felt completely low down yesterday. Everything was falling apart. I feel really strong and good today. So I wanted to do this reading in case you need any extra confirmation right now, or, some kind of tip to confirm how you should go about, using this energy to its fullest potential, basically. So we got a little, pink candle here. We have a rose. And take a look at these piles. Let's see if you're drawn to any of them. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, so I'm not an astrologer. I don't approach my channelings in that way. But I do feel drawn to say one thing, that, the sign of Leo, for me personally, how I interpret that energy, how I see it, how I've experienced it so far in my life, it really talks about power. And by the way, a message for some of you already is that you need to hydrate yourself. Like, your body really needs, you need to be drinking more water, and you will know who you are. Also, I want to say that, the sign of Leo to me is a sign that really represents power. But what is power? What does Leo teach us about power? From my experience, all of the Leos I know in my life, no two of them are really alike. You could say that they have something in common, is that they do have this strong presence. Like, you will always notice a Leo. Like, you will not forget that you've met that Leo person. But what makes them so attractive or so noticeable will always be different. So what actually power is, you being your unique self in your unique way, you expressing yourself in a unique way, being you. But also, think about power. Around this full moon, it's good to think about what do you think is power for you? Okay, so without further ado, let's go into the pile 1. Let me just put this here so I don't mix them up. It can happen. Okay. So group 1, let's see what's manifesting for you around this full moon. So this will be like the current energy of what you're manifesting from the energy you're in right now. You're manifesting a connection, definitely, because we got 3 eggs here. We've got the Hanged Man. I feel like, because this is the card I've damaged in this deck, the only card, and I kind of can't get over it because I love this deck. I don't know how this happened, but it's kind of like, I feel that this is not a new connection. You've seen the potential within this connection. So, okay, take this as it resonates. For some of you, this will be a relationship. For others of you, this will be a friendship or whatever. But I feel like it's an emotional offer, whatever it is related to. If it's a friendship or a relationship, or, maybe someone in your family coming back to your life, that relationship healing. It does feel like for most of you, this is a kind of romance thing. This offer is coming back. This connection here has been, it's kind of basically some shit happened, but I feel like the person that you're dealing with has had a change of hearts, and they're really clear on what they want right now. So this is what's manifesting for you, group 1. Like, really sounds awesome. Like, if this is what you want, if this person is what you want, but I don't see why you wouldn't want the Emperor, no matter if you're a masculine or feminine. Like, the Emperor is someone who knows what they want. And I feel that though, and maybe they've doubted this in the past, but now they've made sure, like, this is stable now. You have a real stable offer coming in. And I feel like this person wants a family. This person sees their future with you. So, group one, good job. You're attracting someone really committed to you here, which means you've done the work, you've done your healing. Awesome. Either way, this is yours, whatever. I won't say anything more because I don't want to make this too long. I just want to give you like a little bit of confirmation or something. Okay, so what's the best energy for you to align with during the time of this full moon? During the time of this full moon in Leo, group one, what energy would most benefit your life? Okay, we got two of them. Okay, we got the catcher here. Not sure what that's about. Just wanted to show that. Ameliorate and sacred geometry. So I'm basically getting, this is just an intuitive message I'm getting. I will be looking in the book to see if there are any extra messages for you. But with this sacred geometry, I feel like you could be creating some art or anything, like you could be coming up with really cool ways on how to, you don't have to be a witch or anything or to be into spirituality, like in that kind of terminology, but really like creating some things that will work for you as a tool to use always in the future, even if you feel low. Life is up and down, right? We always want more, so we always experience more contrast. So, with this, I feel that an ameliorate, I forgot what it is, so let's go. 69, haha. Equal give and take here with this person, definitely. Let's see, 5, 3, 8, so, yeah. 69. Okay. It says, if you've drawn this card upright, let yourself feel a renewed hope and faith and a sense that you are truly blessed by the universe at this time. You are entering a love phase in your life filled with calm energy, mental stability, and deeper understanding of both yourself and others around you. This card encourages you to have faith in yourself and to believe in yourself. What a beautiful message for you. This card is saying to you that over the long term, you should have faith and trust in the universe. Easier said than done, but a better future is waiting for you. And in order to experience it, you must entertain the idea that it is indeed possible. You have endured life's challenges and have been through a difficult time, but you're now open to healing and transformation. Allow hatred, envy, bitterness, and revenge to burn themselves out so that they no longer shadow your life or get in the way of your potential for future happiness. Take a good look at the painful events in your past. Open your mind wide enough to see the gifts that each one brought you. Find approval for what has happened in order to truly begin to forgive. Now is the time to be especially open to new ideas and growth. Listen to the still small voice within. You have a strong desire now to find or rediscover a sense of meaning, inspiration, and purpose in your life. You are making some significant changes in your life, transforming yourself from the old you to the new you. By doing this, you're bringing about a fresh perspective on life. You may also be feeling that you're finally honoring the person who you truly are or want to be, rather than simply following a routine that has little meaning to you. There is a deeper spiritual journey that you are going through, which is all about bringing greater meaning and purpose into your life and renewing your inner energy. This card is here to promise you that the future will be better than your past. It's so beautiful. And it aligns with this, as I've told you, you've done the work, so that's it, basically. So with that being said, it might be a good idea to, focus positively at this time, because I don't think for you at this point that would be bypassing, because from what I've learned, and I really like Teal Swan's teachings. She teaches basically, she's not against positive focus, but she's saying that a lot of times people in the spiritual community are like, you should focus positively, but that really, makes you overlook some important issues, that makes you reject parts of yourself that, don't feel good about right now. And you really need to love yourself, which means basically accepting every part of yourself, finding approval for feeling the way you're feeling, because you have reasons to feel it. Okay, this is not so relevant to you right now, but I want to say that, at this point, it's safe for you to positively focus, definitely. So, might be a good time at this full moon to amplify that, like really milk on that energy right now. Okay, sacred geometry. Okay, let's see. Let's see the real message. If you have drawn this card upright, the universe has been trying to tell you that there are no mistakes in this life. All things happen for a reason, and all things happen according to a divine order that exists just outside the range of your perceptions. You have not failed. You are failing to see the inherent perfection in your current circumstance. But perfection is most certainly there. If you have drawn this sacred geometry card, you're being reassured that you did not and cannot ruin anything. Let yourself off the hook. Things may not be going according to your plan, but they're still going according to a higher plan. Take a deep breath. Everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay yet, it's not yet the end. And this sounds like, one of these motivational posters. It's like, if it's not okay, yet, it's gonna, if it's not yet okay, it's not yet the end. Like, I remember hearing that in the past and being like what kind of like vague statement is that? But really, the more you experience, the more you live life, the more you analyze all the things you've been through, the more you really realize that this is right, the more you can find. You may still feel hurt because of the things that happened in the past. You may feel hurt for all of the things you yourself have let yourself experience, to a certain degree. Like, I could have known better, should have done better, could have succeeded if I did this or that. But, it all happens for a reason, and it is perfect. Sometimes we can't see that in the moment. Even I don't mean that in that way, but I feel great right now is what I'm trying to say, like in this moment. But, there are still these little things being like, kind of like, I can't believe that that this happened or that happened. But, I guess I should also take this advice and, just take a look at these situations and the benefits that came from them, but take your own, it's your pace, it's your life. So as long as you're going towards it, that's good. Let's see. Anything else from the witches? How can we amplify this? How can group 1 amplify this full moon's energy right now? How can group 1 amplify this energy for the, achieving their desires, just getting more blessings, being more fulfilled in life, being love, being, a benefit to yourself, being a blessing to yourself, being a blessing to other people? Is there anything? Okay, we got one. Let's see what it is. I don't know what just happened. I just heard someone speaking. Maybe it's something from my roommate, or oh my God, I just saw this card and it just feels like, oh, look at all this yellow, look at all this power and all this confidence coming in. Watchtower of the East, peace coming in, playfulness coming in, spring coming into your life. Spring, it's the springtime of my life. Literally, I feel wonderful. Like I was just focused elsewhere, like my focus went elsewhere, and I turned this card and I was like, what is this? But it's so beautiful, and I've saw so many ravens today, and now I see them again. So, if you see ravens, extra confirmation for you, Something really big's about to start happening. Actually, I think from this point in your life, things are just gonna get better and better and better and better and better. And, basically, like this is like an advice from the witches. Basically, I don't feel like this is much of an advice as a confirmation. Like, yeah, this time around it's for reals. Like, I know you've hoped so many times in the past that finally it's gonna be the spring, but this time it's the spring, and you've earned it, so enjoy it. Allow yourself to believe it, because it's coming anyway. If you doubt and you fear, you're not gonna stop it from coming, you're just gonna delay it a little longer. So, why not get it, sooner rather than later. Basically, allow yourself to feel it. You are good enough. You are worthy of this. You have fought for this your whole life. Everything you went through, basically. This is what you came for, and now you're getting it. So, I wish you all the best, group number 1. This was awesome. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope that you've enjoyed it, that you got something you've needed out of this reading. So hopefully I will see you another time. Enjoy the full moon. Enjoy your life as well. Goodbye for now. Awesome. If you have any advice on what kind of content you would like to see on this channel, do let me know. Just to put that out there, in case someone has an idea or whatever, a suggestion. Okay. Group number 2. Group number 2. Let's see what is manifesting for you currently, from like right now, from your energy, without you, really changing anything much. What is manifesting for you? Okay. Well, we have one more. Okay. So you're definitely coming out of this deception mode, and what I mean by that, there was this kind of structure laid out for you, basically. So I don't know where it comes from. I don't know how many people will be watching this, maybe just a few, but either way, even if there's 2 of you, I cannot say, it'll be 2 very different stories. So that's why I always say, it's a general reading, so it'll be different. But the main energy here is that, there's been a structure you were following. That path may have not been a path of, what sparks you up, what makes you excited, what you came here to experience. But, I'm getting like, you're releasing a lot of fear. You're releasing a lot of fear on this full moon. Fear of what? Fear of following what you actually want in this life. Fear of finding out, giving yourself a chance to follow what you want. Giving yourself a chance to find out what you want, because I feel like this hand is going towards you. Finally being like, okay, what do you want? What do you need? I want to give it to you. I'm ready to give you anything that you need, because, you don't want this. Like, you don't... Like, we didn't come to this existence to be safe, and, a lot of times people give us advice, even the people who love us. Their advices can have many reasons. There are more, like, parents are usually focused, like, on your well-being, but, they're a different generation. They didn't have enough information. They've struggled in their lives. They don't want you to struggle. So they've put these ideas in our head that, it's important to earn a lot of money, to be respected, to have some kind of status, to do this, to do things a certain way. Or, This may be triggering to some, but it is what it is. Like the most parenting, most parents, most parenting, it's even hard to say. Yeah, but okay. Let me just say that, parenting is not ideal. The way we parent is not ideal, and we do not yet as a species reach. It's not an exception, it's a rule that we make these mistakes in parenting that, kind of trap the children and make them feel like they need to be a certain way in order to be good enough, which distances themselves from themselves. So, that's a problem. And then we complain like, oh, they like so lost, they don't know what they want. Well, you've never fucking allowed the kid to, know what it wants. So, you were afraid to let go. You had to go a certain way. I will not go into the reasons of that, because I feel like some of you might not be ready to hear that or to integrate this perspective, and I don't want to, push the message away from you. Maybe some of you already kind of understand what I'm talking about, but this reading is not about that today. It's about you realizing what you want and going for it. Let's put it that way. That's the step you're healing now, and that's what's important right now. And basically releasing fear and, becoming close to yourself, creating this intimacy with yourself one more time, once again. Almost like you see, reaching into the dark, reaching into the unknown, lighting up the dark, lighting up, your own wants, needs, desires, preferences, likes, dislikes. All very important, very, very important. And so let's see. What energy, group number two, what energy what energy is a good idea for group number two to align with? So either way, this is happening for you. This full moon is powerful, and this is happening for you. There's power within this energy. So how can group number two amplify this energy, or what energy would be of the most benefit to group number two to align with at this time for the best interest of group number two and everybody around them as well? How can we make this more love than it already is? So I don't know, do I want to be reading reversals today? Okay, yeah, I'm hearing yeah. But I will show you the cards upright, okay? We have intimacy and joy. And don't worry, just because they're upside down, it doesn't mean it's something bad or, I can almost feel you panicking because of it. But no, this is coming in. If it's upside down, it's, showing us the way towards it. Let's read. Okay, the joy is the first one that came out. I love both of these cards, by the way. Check out Teal Swan if you're not familiar with her work. She actually is clairvoyant, and she can see the frequencies. She can actually see them, so she paints them. And by looking at these pictures, putting them as your wallpaper, or you can purchase something from her shop or whatever she has, these have helped me a lot, really, really. Like when, I would just shuffle this deck, take a card, not even kind of know what it is, but look at the frequency, things start shifting in my life, So it's really, really, really helpful. And, as she said herself, and I believe so, as the awareness grows, in the collective, these types of images will become more and more valuable. So, it's just something worth considering. I mean, I recommend it because it works for me. I don't work for, I'm not paid to promote this or anything. So let's see. It says here, if you've drawn this card in reverse, you've been swallowed up by the negatives in your life. You've given up too much. Ask yourself this question. What is true about me today that would make my 8-year-old self cry? We all have a tendency, I'm getting goosebumps right now. We all have a tendency to lose touch with what we loved as a child. Something about the social pressures of adolescence and professional pressures of young adulthood squeezes the passion out of us. We're taught that the only reason to do something is if we're somehow rewarded for it. We stop living our lives for the things that feel good to us. Now is the time to change this about yourself. If you cannot feel joy or happiness, do something that is beneficial for you, something that causes you to feel relief. Re-explore the things you loved to do as a child or try new things. Eventually, the brightness of your joy will burn out the pain. Okay, so it came out in reverse because, you deserve to experience this energy. Okay. We all come here to experience certain things, to learn certain things. And, just because you're in this energy now, kind of, I want to say something that, I hope will comfort you. I don't know if it will, but, it was comforting to me at certain points in my life when I was experiencing a lot of pain or like experiencing that real contrast, like the complete opposite of what I wanted. Because life does work like this. We only have black. We only know what black is because we can compare it to white. So, if you know how it feels to get so far away from your joy, like you've created that same amount of distance to the other side available. Like if you know what it is to be in so much pain because you're so far away from what you want to be doing, the first steps will be slow and you will be slowly rediscovering this, but eventually the momentum, builds up so much that, what amount of joy will you be able to experience? And you've chosen this, I think. Maybe not exactly this. Maybe this wasn't the only way for you to learn, but that's the way, in a healthy society, where we get all the support, love we need, we wouldn't need suffering exactly to be, to come into our full power. But that's the way to learn. In this time, space, reality we're in currently, that's the way to learn. On planet Earth, suffering is the way to learn. Do we have to learn through suffering? No. Do we learn through suffering, most of us? Yeah, definitely. So, okay. I will leave it upright just so you can look at it a little bit more while we're here. Also look it up online, Teal Swan Joy, like look at the frequency if it feels good to you. Find alignment and a good advice here about, what did you like to do as a child? If you don't remember, ask your parents. Like, well, what were you interested in as a kid? We come in already kind of with certain preferences and destinies and all of that. Intimacy, and I feel like this is intimacy with self. You absolutely have to start with yourself, but let's see what the message is, okay? 23, intimacy. It says, but also, okay, I will read it anyway first. If you have drawn this card in reverse, you're avoiding closeness with others. Your fear of rejection or your fear of losing yourself has caused you to shut people out. You do not really see them and you do not really let them see you. There are always deeper layers of yourself to reveal to the world. It will feel vulnerable and exposing, but the pain of staying closed is worse than any pain that could come as a result of being open. Your soul yearns for connection. Be brave enough to give it what it needs and wants. The consequence of not doing so is loneliness. Begin by getting to know yourself and genuinely trying to understand others. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to say this at the start, like begin with yourself, begin with this intimacy with yourself. So, we did not come to this life to just, be safe and then die. Yeah, you can change nothing, but, and go down the same path, but I don't think you can anymore. I think you've reached a point where you literally can't anymore. And I know how scary it is to change things in your life. I know, I've been there. I've been in positions where I was like, literally like, oh my God, I cannot do this. You know, I literally feel so unsafe, so unfamiliar. But you know what? I did it anyway because I figured, you know, always kept telling myself, you know, I'm telling a beautiful story. I'm telling a beautiful story, you know. And the beautiful story to me definitely wasn't, oh, and then she just settled for what she could get and, you know, kept her head low and kept surviving life. You know, that's not a beautiful story. Okay, let's see. What do the witches have for you? Do the witches have an advice or something? How can group number two use this energy to the most, to its like to the high, in the most beneficial way for themselves and those around them? Any kind of advice or anything. Whoa, okay. Okay, so we got this foundation card, and it did come. And it did come like in reverse. So I don't know, I'm getting a message. This might not be for all of you. Like, but one, if you're thinking about this, yes, then move. Like move, change where you live. If you're thinking of moving out of the place where you are, yeah, definitely. What else? Also, I'm getting the message like your foundation is not the only foundation to be had. Like, you know, you think that what's currently safe and stable to you is the only way you can be safe and stable, but it's not. Like, there are so many options out there for you, and there are things more in alignment with who you are. So, you know, don't worry about it. It's almost telling you like, okay, you're losing your foundation, but don't worry about it. Like, you will find a better foundation, a real foundation, like in alignment with yourself and who you are. And I feel like with these lives that you will be getting help. Like, you know, don't count on that help. Like, don't go through life and, you know, like, oh, I hope like that luck will, like, of course, always plan to an extent, you know. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, everything's just gonna magically work out. Okay, so my storage ran out, but we're back here. So yeah, you know, you will find, you know, we build up slowly to, you know, maybe what you find at first won't be, we can't jump from the unwanted situation directly to our ideal scenario. I mean, that's not how life works. I mean, I wish I could say, you know, that's how it works, but it's not. So, you know, there's still need for you to choose your consequences, choose a better option. But the important thing is that you're building up towards what you want, that you're, you know, choosing what you want more, like that you're building up towards the vibration as you're rediscovering yourself, as you're becoming closer to yourself and others, rediscovering your joy. So will your foundation change, and your foundation can be where you live, your foundation can be your social circle, your job as well, whatever, everything really. So that's all I have for you, group number 2. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading, that you got something out of it. And, you know, if you have any ideas what you would like to see on this channel, do let me know in the comments. I would like to hear, you know, any input if somebody has it. So yeah, anyway, take care of yourself, enjoy this full moon energy, and good luck with everything. Goodbye. Thank you for letting me read for you. Hi, group number 3. Last but not the least, let's see. Okay, so first 3 cards here. This will be, what are you manifesting right now? You know, what, like from your energy currently being as it is, during this full moon, what is manifesting for you? So let's just jump in it. Oh, like I feel a lot of resistance here, like, you know. Okay, I will tell you immediately, like, if you want to feel good about, if you're looking for, like, only positive, good information, like, this channel is not for you, because my main focus is on giving you the, energetic kind of overview. Like, I'm very practical with this, and, I never give you any kind of bad information, like, bad news, let's call them that way, without giving you some guidance, without giving you, without diving into it with you and giving you, an idea where you can go from that point on. So just imagine this before we start to speak. I mean, it's not that bad or anything. Don't worry. I don't see anything yet, but I see that I have to say this so that you don't, so that you either click off if you're not ready to hear it, or you can choose what you want. So you don't get triggered, basically, if you know yourself and you're not ready, if you feel already like, you may feel like, if you feel resistance right now, but you feel kind of calm about it and kind of like accepting of it, then keep watching. But if you feel resistance and you're also like, like you feel like you almost can't handle that trigger right now, then, this might not be the reading for, even if you were drawn, might be better for you to click off. I'm not sure, but, you're responsible for your own choices. And I want to say that, if you don't admit to yourself where exactly you are energetically, where you are on the map, like you have a destination, you have a goal where you want to go, right? If you don't know where you are, how are you going to get there? That's my question for you. So if you're in denial of where you are, good luck, basically. The universe will eventually bring a moment that will, kind of wake you up, but then you will be deeper in the vibrations that you really don't want to be experiencing. So for the brave, keep watching. I'm not sure, is it gonna be that bad or whatever, but what I'm seeing from this, what you're currently manifesting. So the full moon is not yet over. You can still change this energy now and make it work in your favor. What I'm seeing is an incredible amount of your energy going into resisting what needs to go, resisting what's not working, and resisting, basically your healing process currently. Some of you, I'm not sure if all of you or just some of you are resisting, letting go of a person. Some of you are resisting letting go of a job that it's no longer. Some of you are, I'm hearing, seeing, hearing, feeling, blaming others for, your life not being able to change. And, guys, I want to say this, like, full disclosure, done everything. Like, I've done everything. Been angry, been resentful, blamed others. There were, like, it just makes you a human to experience these things. We all have an ego. We all act from the ego all the time. We've all been deeply stuck in our ego. None of us, like, were born like, I'm kind of, chill about everything. I take full responsibility for my own life. It takes, we're hurt. As humans, we're so hurt by our upbringing, by our society, and we do what we need to survive. And I understand that, and I know that, and I feel that, and, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to assist you if you want that assistance, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. So, okay. So I'm not sure if this is just one person who will be watching if this is more people. Because, I don't attract a lot of audience lately, so I'm just saying this like it's a general reading because I'm not sure. It seems like you're resisting. There is a lot of resistance of, your true purpose, resistance of. You can say that you're resisting letting go of the bad things, but you can also say, and it would be more accurate to say that you're resisting the right people. You're resisting the people who are in alignment with you. Maybe you haven't met them yet, but by staying in relationships that are not in alignment with you, you're resisting, the right people. By staying in the energy of hurt, you're resisting the healing, you're resisting the joy that can actually come from it. And you've created your stability out of, resisting. Like your stability kind of founds on things not changing, you kind of working through things a certain way. 10 of coins in reverse, you're not feeling physically where you want to be, but you stay there, you do nothing about it, and nothing changes really. And, I feel like this full moon, like if you would keep going with this energy, almost like makes you even more sure in it, makes you, if you watch the introduction, I recommend you watch it like later. If you didn't, you don't have to, of course, but I spoke about power and the meaning of power. And I've said there, I feel like you see your power as this, ability to resist things to such a high degree. But, that's what's keeping you surviving. That's what's keeping you surviving. And, if you feel happy and satisfied right now, that's fine. But you wouldn't be watching this reading. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't still be listening to me if you were really, really, truly satisfied where you are right now. So you do want things to change. You just don't want them to change because they've never been a different way for you. And, I understand that. So let's see what we can get. I don't mean to like burst your bubble or anything. I feel like you're a person with a big amount of confidence. And, I'm really using, like my voice became really strong now because I feel like it takes a lot to get through to you, that we're very strong-willed, which is an amazing quality to have. But not when it's not good for you, not for when it's something that's going to destroy you down the line, something that's going to basically ruin your life. Like, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? That's the biggest question for you right now. And I'm not saying that there's something wrong with you or whatever. I'm just saying that if you want to get to where you want to go, this is not the way. You're the one with the desire, Okay, so let's see. What energy... Let's get some advice. So around this full moon, to shift out of this energy and make this... Oh my God, I'm getting like a fear energy. Yes. Bear with me. If you can, bear with me. Okay, let me soothe you for a second. Okay, I don't think you're ready for this. Let me soothe you. So let's just try it. Let's make a little bit of space for what's about to come. Okay. I'm not a Reiki practitioner, but I've become attuned recently and I can do something for you right now to help you because it's important. I want you to be happy. I don't need you to be happy, but you are kind of giving this to yourself. It's not me, really, It is, but it also... If you weren't willing to receive this wouldn't be working. For somebody who doesn't want to help themselves, there's nothing anybody can do for them, really. Okay. So this is usually not the way to deal with it. I wouldn't go for Reiki to deal with, resistance, but just to create a little bit of space. Maybe take a breath in, breath out. Let's see. Let's use this full moon energy to, your benefit. I mean, I definitely feel already like you could be a great leader, like, definitely. In whatever way, shape, or form that might come about in your life. Okay, we did what we could with that, so let's see if you're ready now. Okay, let's see. So what energy could you align with at this time, during the time of this full moon? What message does this deck have for you? How to make your life a blessing to yourself and to others around you as well. How to bring yourself closer to love. Okay, you got a lot of messages, but I don't know if I want to take all of them. Okay, I will take one more card. I don't even know in what way does this card want to come out. Okay, I feel like I should be shuffling this deck. Like these cards until one of them falls out. I feel like, yeah. I feel like there are a lot of messages for you, so let's get the most important one for right now. Come on. Let's do it. You have space. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Alchemy 70. Let's read it from the booklet. 70 magic, so you know. Let's take a look. Let's read it from the booklet. Oof. Okay, let's read. So if you have drawn this card upright, you are lining up vibrationally with victory and overcoming opposition through your confidence. Now is the time to assert yourself and be bold. You did not come to this life to live carefully and to stay safe. You may need to look after yourself at this time and be confident in expressing your needs and wants, otherwise you will not get your way. This is a time to know fundamentally who you are and what you stand for. If you were going to die 1 year from today, what would you do and how would you want to be remembered? If you have drawn this card, confidence is the order of the day. Self-assurance will get you what you want. Confidence is not to be confused with aggression. If you have drawn this card, you must come to terms with your own aggressive impulses. No matter how denied it may be within you, aggression is a part of human nature, part of your innate survival mechanism. Aggression cannot be simply suppressed. To do so will only turn it inward on yourself, and when it does this, it will manifest itself in the form of illness. Aggression, because definitely felt this, like with this amount of resistance, like, you know, maybe you're achieving whatever, but you're achieving it in spite of some part of yourself, and that brings about, you know, illness. That's why I, you know, stick with this energy. This energy is also hard for me to feel right now. So when it does this, it will manifest itself in the form of illness. Aggression can be very destructive, but it is also a powerful energy that can be channeled creatively. This is a time when you need to be aware of your impulses or anger. If you have drawn this card, the time has come to really focus on developing your self-esteem. This is not the time for introspection. This is a time to develop the confidence and claim your place in the world. Okay, so that was the most important message from this deck. I saw that there was like uniqueness. The meaning also, I think that was there. Anyway, I don't know the meaning of that card. I forgot. But you know, there's like this resistance in you. This resistance in you is literally a part of yourself, you know, screaming at you, screaming its needs at you, and you're like, you know, shut up, that's not the way we're gonna go about it. But that part is also you. You're the part that resists, but you are also that thing which you are resisting and rejecting within yourself. Which, you know, you're playing a dangerous game here. You really can become ill. You can bring a lot of pain into your life. Like, I'm really connecting with your energy right now. You know, this is not where you want to be. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to give you information where, from which you can actually create a change in your life. So alchemy, yeah. I feel like you've kind of, that I mean, I always say this to everybody. I say like this energy comes, you're right to be angry. In the spiritual community, you will hear a lot of times people saying like, anger is just, almost like there's this shame attached to that. Like if you feel anger, then you're not enlightened, but anger has nothing to do with whether you're enlightened or not. And I haven't seen or heard anyone who's like fully enlightened 24/7. Like you have these moments when you feel connected closer to the source. But if you're existing, if you're a human, you're going through the motions of life. You get farther away, then you get closer. Of course, the more you move up vibrationally, the closer you are to that energy, like in general, of course. But like when somebody hurts you in some way, when somebody does something damaging to you, it's okay to feel anger. It's not wrong, and being, I don't know. I'm not sure. If you're in this much resistance to yourself, I'm sure that it comes up, in your relationships as well. But this is not currently what I'm seeing as the point. I'm seeing that, sometimes in order to believe that there is love in certain relationships, we have to almost accept everything that relationship brought. Like, okay, then love looks like this. Love looks like me not being able to get what I want because of the other person. I mean, I kind of feel like you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't need to really be explaining this in depth. I see that you've kind of... I've saw a circle, I've heard social circle, but let me think. Let me try to center myself better. Because this is really sensitive energy. I really don't want to say something to put you off or make things worse for you. I need to be careful with my words. We have to think sometimes we think, that abuse that we've went through is okay. In some way, shape, or form, we're like accepted or whatever. And instead we turn on ourselves for like thinking, oh, you were an idiot for ever thinking that true love is possible, or you were an idiot for ever thinking like that you could live that dream of yours. And that aggression that we could not express to our loved ones, because then they would not give us the closeness we so fucking desperately need. We're super dependent as children. We're super, super, super dependent. And if we were shamed for aggression, if we were punished for aggression, like we did not bring that shit up. Instead we turned ourselves against ourselves. And I feel like that's what's happening within you. So, I almost feel like from this alchemy card, like a healthy step for you would be actually, I think so, from experience. I've dealt with anger. I've been through a lot of abuse emotionally. And I will tell you from experience before, like, I was turning on myself. Because when you turn on yourself, you make yourself feel like you have control over it. Like it's somehow your fault that you got hurt. But guess what? It's not. Yes, as a child, you're a creator and you can choose your experience, but you choose mommy and daddy every single time because you need that closeness and you have nobody else to connect to at that time. So trust me, you've chosen it, but it wasn't your It's nothing you did to deserve it. You didn't deserve the way you were treated. So I recommend you take that anger you feel towards yourself for having these wants, needs, and desires, and you give it back to where it belongs, which is, I'm not saying you should stay, and you're not gonna, trust me, you're not gonna stay in this energy of anger forever, but the anger will empower you, and we sometimes need to get angry so we can establish our boundaries. Don't think of boundaries. I always repeat that because Teal Swan taught me that, like boundaries, people think of a fence or something around you that's blocking others. No, boundaries are what I want. What's my personal truth? What do I want? What's my desires? What are my thoughts? What are my goals, my feelings, emotions? I take that and I own that, and that makes me who I am. I don't resist myself because someone was not okay with me being who I am, okay? I don't. That's not what I do. No. So give that anger back to whom it belongs, Get angry at the people who've made you feel that you being yourself is not okay, or made you feel even worse, bad about you being yourself. Okay, I feel like we got somewhere here. I feel like I got through to you a little bit. This is like very, very, very intense, but I feel it is important, and I think you're important. That may sound very strange to you coming from a stranger, but I just know what I know sometimes, and that's it. So from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle, let's see. What advice do the witches have that will, further amplify this process for you, this turning of this process, instead of making this anger toward yourself more sure in itself? Like, how can we assist this process in you? What is some okay, I'm getting more fear. Okay, but yeah, I'm getting more fear, but I'm also getting more calmness from you. Oh my God, which is important. I feel that you're like a little bit calm, that you got some clarity, and I'm glad that I've put this energy into you. You're worth it, Let's see. So, okay, let me refocus. So, the collective of witches, knowing this process, knowing all the people who ever went through a similar kind of process, anything, everything you know about law of attraction, laws of this universe, how can we further assist this process so it's in the best interest of group number 3 and in the best interest of everyone else around them as well? Sometimes our best interest doesn't have to feel good, People think like, if I love myself or whatever, if I, go into the direction of self-love, like everything will just feel amazing. Like, nah, if you got things to work through, trust me, it's not gonna feel amazing. It will eventually, but, some of our roads are longer than others, and that's simply it. Okay, for group number 3, any energy, advice, something we should know. Okay, let's see. This is repeating from the previous reading, so I might know who is here within this reading. Okay, you try to connect to the meaning of this. I feel such a strong will from you, so it's hard for me to tap into this. And maybe I also personally have some resistance toward the specific kind of trauma you went through, Because, I feel personally, I'm just talking to you like a friend right now. I feel personally that, I almost can't stand to know that world can be such a cruel place. I like to believe it isn't. I've went through a lot of emotional abuse, but I haven't went through any physical abuse at all. And, At least not to that degree. So this might not be for all of you. This might just be for some of you. What is the truth of you? What is the truth of who you are? Everything. And there's nothing that's unacceptable about you. There's nothing that, there are things you do that are damaging to others. Of course, we all hurt people, hurt people. We all end up doing that to some degree. So, you can cover yourself in shame and, for everything bad you ever did and choose not to exist anymore. You can, move with the knowledge from the lessons learned, move forward in life, move with that knowledge that you've gained from that situation. Okay, let's pull one more. Let's get one more. And I feel this related to this anger as well, like that. I don't know, this card always confuses me, and I think that always is somewhat the message of this card, like you can't know if it's a secret, you can't know, but on some level what this is about, so try to connect with that. Let's see, anything else from the witches, anything else? Okay. Have clearance in reverse. There's a lot of resistance here. Oh, what a relief. Stability, yeah. So, this is what's on the other side, but real stability, real sense of, you see these mountains in the background, they're so strong. There's this vision you will have from this mountain that is so wide, super wide, alignment in the heart chakra, love towards yourself, real love towards yourself, getting married to yourself. I'm seeing with this ring, for real, loving everything you ever are and ever were, seeing seeing the benefits of everything that makes you who you are, of everything that ever happened. There are no mistakes. Whatever happened, it happened, and that's it. We can't change the past now. We didn't know better. It wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't supposed to happen, in a way. If it could have went better, if you could have made the better choice, you would have made it. If you knew how to make a better choice, you would have made it. That's no reason to reject yourself. And, I would start with this anger towards that person, or towards these people, or towards whatever. I feel like and you need to look within. Okay. So I hope that you've enjoyed this, that this brought some awareness to you, that you've resonated. If you stayed this whole time, awesome, good for you. I don't have much else to say. I wish you all the best. I wish you, I know we're not given things that we can handle. So I know you can handle this, no matter how difficult it may be, no matter what a painful process it is. You'll come out on the other side like this. So, my storage ran out again. Anyway, group number 3, thank you for trusting me with this energy. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Best of luck with everything. I hope that I will see you again. Goodbye for now.